All praise to the Most High, Yahuah, and all praises to Yahusha, the one that lived for us, died to his flesh for us, to have the Ruach HaKodesh. Now, as I do about this time, you know what that was, right? Me quickening the Ruach HaKodesh. Now, I'm going to read from the book of Enoch, chapter 61 to 65, okay? I'm going to try to slow walk this because I already gave y'all other chapters before. I'm not certain if I already read these. I don't think I have, though, because they seem unfamiliar to me doing a video on them. So, what I'm going to do is premise this by letting y'all know. Pull up, pull up, pull up. Have a seat, have a seat, have a seat. And let's have this conversation. Then next, if you have any discrepancies, put it in the comments. It's cool. I don't mind. And then, once again, I don't mind being judged by y'all. Y'all can say I'm wrong. You can say whatever you want to say. And I said this at the very beginning when I started doing this. Don't argue with me. Argue with the word. I don't debate. The word tells us not to. However, I am open to discussion and understanding. And then also, when I have my little down-to-earth conversations, like I said, I'm not holier than thou. Don't look at me as that. Look at me as a servant of Yahuah, the Most High, creator of heavens and earth, that still makes mistakes like every one of his other prophets. I make mistakes. I don't relish and be proud of my mistakes. That's like, I'm not doing that, okay? I'm not saying, I'm not proudly saying I'm a sinner. Like, that's not how that goes. I realize I have to evolve into something better in order for the Most High to use me. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm not, by no means do I consider myself any more or less than thou, meaning y'all. And yes, I do have a vocabulary. And yes, I know how to use my vocabulary. And yes, I speak Ebonics occasionally. And I'm just all around down to earth individual. You can't just don't try to box me in because I'm not that. I would never put you in a box because I see everybody as everything. I have accepted the bad and the good that come with all of this. All right. I accepted all of it, which is something I think that most should do. However, I am going to indulge y'all with the book of Enoch, chapter 61 through 65. And then we're going to have some commentary on it. If I can read fast enough for you guys to catch on or pick up, I might do commentary in the middle of explaining, like in the middle of reading, just in case, I might have a different perception or perspective than you have, if that makes sense. All right. And Enoch said, and I saw in those days how long cords were given to angels, those angels, and they took to themselves wings and flew, and they went towards the north. And I asked the angel, saying unto him, why have those angels taken these cords and gone off? You know, why have he's asking a question. He said unto me, the angel said unto him, they have gone to measure. And the angel who went with me said unto me, these shall bring the measures of righteousness. Okay? And the ropes of righteous to the righteous. Ropes of righteous to the righteous. Meaning he is connecting the righteous to the righteous. That they may stay themselves on the name of the Elohim of Ruach forever and ever, meaning Yahuah, the Elohim of Ruach forever and ever. That's Yahuah. The elect shall begin to dwell with the elect, and those are the measures which shall be given to faith. Meaning not everybody has been, because remember, this is a space that he's in right now, meaning the infinite now, that the angels are taking the cords and going through and connecting all righteous with righteous, elect with elect. And those measures which shall be given to faith, meaning whoever has that faith, that knowing of the Most High, and which shall strengthen righteousness, okay? And these measures shall reveal all the secrets of depth of the depths of the earth, and those who have been destroyed by the desert, and those who have been devoured by the beast, and those who have been devoured by the fish of the sea, that they may return and stay themselves on the day of the elect one, which is Yahusha. The elect one, when they say elect one in the book of Enoch, is Yahusha. Before the Elohim of all Ruach. And none can be destroyed. Meaning he is going to give them their breath of life back so that they may remain themselves. Everybody that lost their vessel or their body at the time of this is being resurrected, basically. And won't be able to, and they won't be able to lose their vessel. And none can be destroyed, and all who dwell above in the heaven received a command and power and one voice and one light like unto fire. And that one with their first words they blessed, which is Yahusha. They blessed Yahusha. And exalt and lauded with wisdom. And they were wise in utterance and in the Ruach of life. In the Ruach of life. The elect one on the throne of glory, which is why I said he has his own vessel. That doesn't mean that he dwells in every vessel out here. When Yahuah and Yahusha say they are one with each other, that means they are of one accord, like the cords that ties the elect with the elect and the righteous with the righteous. One accord, which shall not be broken. Anyway. and on the throne of glory, and he shall judge all the works of the holy above in the heaven, and in the balance shall their deeds be weighed. So that means he's weighing people's deeds. And when he shall lift up his countenance to judge their secret ways according to the word of the name of Yahuah, Elohim of Ruach, and their path according to the way of righteousness, judgment of the Elohim of Ruach. Then shall they all with one voice speak and bless and glorify and extol and sanctify the name of the Elohim of Ruach. And he will summon all to the host of heavens and all the holy ones above and the host of Yahuah, the cherubim, seraphim, and Ophanim, and all the angels of power, and all the angels of principalities, all the angels of power, all the angels of principalities. Okay. And the elect one, which is Yahusha, and the other powers on earth and water and over the water. And on that day shall rise one voice and bless and glorify and exalt the Ruach of faith and in the Ruach of wisdom and in the Ruach of patience and in the Ruach of mercy and in the Ruach of judgment. They all have their Ruach. And in the Ruach judgment and the Ruach of judgment and of peace and the Ruach of goodness, and shall they say with one voice, blessed is he, blessed may the name of Yahuah be blessed forever and ever. All who sleep not above in heaven shall bless him. The holy ones, all the holy ones who are in heaven shall bless him, and all the elect who dwell in the garden of life, and every Ruach of light who is able to bless and glorify and extol and hallow thy blessed name, and all flesh shall beyond measure glorify and bless thy name forever and ever. For great is the mercy of the Elohim of Ruach, and he is long suffering. Meaning all this time, he's been letting us get away with stuff. And all his works and all that he has created has been revealed to the righteous and elect. In the name of the Elohim of Ruach, all Ruach. And thus, Yahuah commanded the kings and the mighty and the exalted and those who dwell on the earth, and said, open your eyes, lift up your horns, if ye are able to recognize the elect one, which is Yahusha. And the Elohim of Ruach seated him on the throne of his glory. and the Ruach of righteousness was poured out upon him, and the word of his mouth slays all the sinners, and all the righteous are destroyed from before his face. And there shall stand up in that day all the kings and the mighty and the exalted, those who hold the earth, and that they shall see and recognize how he sits on his throne of glory, and righteousness is judged before him, and no lying word is spoken before him. Then shall pain come upon them as a woman in travail, and she has pain in bringing forth when her children enters the mouth of the womb. And she has pain in bringing forth, and one portion of them shall look on the other, and they shall be terrified, and they shall downcast of countenance, meaning their faces shall be downcasted, like looking sad, and the pain shall seize them. And when they see the Son of Man sitting on the throne of his glory, which is Yahuah, and the kings of the mighty and all those who possess the earth shall bless and glorify and extol him who rules over all, who was hidden. For from the beginning the Son of Man was hidden, and the Most High preserved him in the presence of his might. He preserved him in the presence of his might, meaning that he was present in him, and revealed him to the elect, and the congregation of the elect and the holy shall be sown, and the elect shall stand before him on that day, and all the kings and the mighty and the exalted and those who rule the earth shall fall down before him on their faces in worship, and set their hope upon the Son of Man, and petition him to supplicate for mercy at his hands. Nevertheless, the Elohim of Ruach will so press them. The Elohim of Ruach will press them. Talking about that they shall hastily go forth from his presence, and the darkness, and their faces shall be filled with shame, and the darkness grow deeper on their faces. Let's talk about the ones in power, right? Like the ones in power, they're going to be in power at the time. Possibly the ones in power right now, to be honest, but who knows? To execute vengeance on them because they have oppressed his children and his elect. So they oppressed his children and his elect. They are reaping what they sowed. And they shall be a spectacle for the righteous and for his elect, meaning they shall be a show for the righteous and the elect. They will see the punishment for them. They shall rejoice over them, because the wrath of Yahuah rested upon them, and his sword is drunk with their blood. Meaning, Yahuah is like he's sending the wrath down. Like it's a wrath for those that were unjust. And the righteous and elect shall be saved on that day. So those that are righteous and elect shall be saved. And the elect or righteous are different, just so you know. I've made that clear before in other videos. Hopefully Some of y'all kept up. And they shall never thenceforward see the face of the sinners and unrighteous, meaning the sinners and the unrighteous shall be cast away. So if you're a sinner or you are intentionally being unrighteous, I would be careful if I were you. And the Son of Man, which is Yahushua, shall they eat. Oh, my fault. And the Ruach, my fault. It says, and they shall never thenceforward see the face of the sinners and unrighteous. And the Elohim of Ruach will abide over them, and with that Yahushua, Son of Man, shall they eat, and lie down and rise up forever and ever, meaning a life of harmony, a life that's living in harmony, which most people don't want to live right now. And the righteous and elect shall have risen from earth, and cease to be of downcast and countenance, meaning they'll cease to be sad, basically. A downcast and incontinence, meaning sad face or shameful face. You be happy. A face of joy, pretty much. And they shall have been clothed with garments of glory. And these shall be the garments of life from the Elohim of Ruach. And your garments shall not grow old, nor your glory pass away before the Elohim of Ruach. In those chapter 63. In those days shall the mighty and the kings who possess the earth implore him to grant them a little respite from his angels of punishment to whom they were delivered, that they may fall down and worship before the Ruach, before the Elohim of Ruach, and confess their sins before him. And they shall bless and glorify the Elohim of Ruach, and say, blessed is the Elohim of Ruach, and the Hamashiach of kings, and the mighty, and the rich, and of the rich, and of glory, and of the wisdom, and splendid in every secret thing is thy power from generation to generation, thy glory forever and ever. Deep are all thy secrets, and innumerable, meaning many secrets. And thy righteousness is beyond reckoning. That righteousness is just harmony. He's in harmony with everything, beyond reckoning. We have now learned that we should glorify and bless the Ruach, the Elohim of kings, and him who is king over all kings. And they shall say, would that we have rest to glorify and give thanks and confess our faith before his glory. And now we long for the little rest, but find it not. We follow hard upon and obtain it not. And light has vanished from before us, and darkness is our dwelling place forever and ever. For we have not believed before him, nor glorified his name, nor glorified But our hope was in the scepter of our kingdom, meaning that their hope was in their kingdom that they built by their own hands, not by the one that Yahuah was giving out. And in that day of our suffering and tribulation, he saves us not. These are the people that I said will not have a hair harmed on their head, even in their unrighteousness. They will still be able to operate even in their unrighteousness. It's crazy. That Yahuah is true in all his works and in his judgments and his justice. But they gonna see that justice. They gonna see that. The ones that made it all the way to the end of their life without sin or like without having, but still committed to doing wickedness. That's who this is talking about. It's talking about them. And his judgments have no respect of persons. Yahuwah's judgments, Yahusha's judgments have no respect of persons. And we pass away from before his face on account of our works. You know what that means? On the accounts of their deeds. And all our sins are reckoned up in righteousness. Now they shall say unto themselves, our souls are full of unrighteous gain, but it does not prevent us from descending from the midst thereof the burden of Sheol. And after that their faces shall be filled with darkness and shame before that Son of Man, which is Yahusha. And they shall be driven from his presence. You heard that? I mean, he about to get away from me, for I never knew you. That's how they gonna be driven away. For I never knew you, you workers of iniquity. And they shall be driven from his presence, and the sword shall abide before his face in their midst. Thus spake the Elohim of Ruach. This is in the ordinance and judgment with respect to the mighty and the kings and the exalted and those who possess the earth before the Elohim of Ruach. And other 64, chapter 64. And other forms I saw hidden in that place. I heard a voice of the angel saying, those are the angels who descended to the earth and revealed what was hidden to the children of men and seduced the children of men into committing sin. So, like, he's talking about the fallen angels that seduced the children, mankind, seduced us into committing sin, pretty much. Here's 65, all right? And in those days of Noah, and in those days of Noah saw the earth, and that it had sunk down, and its destruction was nigh, meaning near. And he arose from thence and went to the ends of the earth and cried aloud to his grandfather Enoch. And Noah said three times, which with an embittered voice, hear me, hear me, hear me. And I said unto him, tell me what it is that is falling out of the earth, that the earth is in such evil plight and shaken, lest perchance I shall perish with it. And thereupon there was a great commotion on the earth, and a voice was heard from heaven. I fell on my face, and Enoch, my grandfather, came and stood by me and said unto me, Why hast thou cried unto me with a bitter cry and weeping? And a command has gone forth from the presence of Yahuah concerning those who dwell on the earth, that their ruin is accomplished, because they have learnt all the secrets of the angels and all the violence of the Satans. You heard that? Ruach HaSatan. And all their powers and the most secret ones, which is all the witchcraft that people practice down here, and the most secret ones, and all the power of those who practice sorcery, the power of witchcraft, and the power of those who make molten images for the whole earth, and how the silver is produced from dust of the earth, and how soft metal originates in the earth. For lead and tin are not produced from the earth like the first. It is a fountain that produces them, and the angel stands therein, and the angel is preeminent. And after that, my grandfather Enoch took hold of me by my hand and raised me up and said unto me, Go, for I have asked Yahuah as touching this commotion on the earth. And he said unto me, Because of their unrighteousness, their judgment has been determined upon, and shall not be withheld by me forever, because of the sorceries which they have searched out and learned, and the earth and those who dwell upon it shall be destroyed. In these they have no place of repentance forever, because they have shown them what was hidden, and they are the damned. But as for thee, my son, the Elohim of Ruach knows that thou art pure and guiltless of this reproach concerning the secrets, and he has destined thy name to be among the holy, and will preserve thee amongst those who dwell on the earth, and has destined thy righteousness, destined thy righteous seed for kingship, for that, and for great honors. From thy seed shall proceed the fountain of righteousness, and holy without number forever. The next time I read this, I'm going to start at 66. I got my little bookmark. I'm going to start at 66 and continue. But from that, you should understand that, yes, Yahuah has his own vessel, and yes, you will have to perceive him in different dimension, like risen vibration, different dimension. You cannot perceive him in a dense state, which is low state, low conscious state, or low state of like no worship, no admiration, no love, no lightness of heart, causing ill to your brethren. Those type of things, those are the things that cause you to get cast down into the Sheol, the negative side of Sheol, not Like not the she-hole where everybody else is waiting for the Most High. Because there's a good she-hole and there's a good portion where there's no torture, and then there's the bad portion of she-hole, which is the portion where those that were unrighteous or those that would continue to practice their sorceries, their witchcraft, and all those things. When you start when you start doing this stuff and not pertaining it to the Most High, Yahuah, the Creator of heavens and earth, when you start living like it's not the Most High doing it for you, Yahusha or Yahuah doing it for you, if they not doing it for you, they gonna show you. They will show you, and it says they will show you. And the people out here that are so misguided and so blinded, I'm reading to you what Yahuah and Yahusha is saying. Yes, you have to practice using the Ruach. But Ruach HaSatan, they have listened to the Satans. Do you know what the Satans are? When I said Satans in that paragraph, that meant the spirit of, like the Ruach HaSatan, the Ruach of HaSatan. That's many. Like, don't forget, there was a man possessed by Legion. That is many Satans. There's Ruach HaSatan. It is a spirit that is not the devil. That's not Lucifer. Lucifer was manipulated by HaSatan. Okay? Just like Yahusha is rendered by the Ruach HaKodesh. Same function, totally different renderings. Which is why Yahuah was able to talk to Ruach HaSatan if you read the book of Job. People say that, well, how can you talk to the devil? How can the devil talk to God and God was in heaven? But they say God, I say Yahuah, of course. But the simple explanation is that Ruach and Lucifer are not the same. I mean, my fault, Ruach HaSatan and Lucifer are not the same. They dwell in completely different spots. To and fro from earth, on the earth, that's Lucifer. And he, just like, because Yahuah provides a measure of power through the Ruach HaKodesh, in kind, HaSatan provides, or Lucifer provides that kind of power to his fallen. However, it comes at a cost. And the cost is, sacrifices and the lives of your family and children, and also you're sacrificing all of your morals. You have no moral continence anymore. It's a wrap. You don't get to feel shame until the Most High lays His eyes upon you. When you guys indulge in guilty things or things that create you to be guilty, I promise you, Yahuah, like He listed in there what He gonna do to people. He listed in there, and if you're paying attention to what I'm reading, I promise you, Yahuah, you have to worship the name. Bless the name. And say it throughout the whole thing. Worship His name. Bless His name. Exalt His name. Yahuah. Existence. That's what it is. Yahuah is existence. Yahusha is salvation of existence. Meaning our existence. Y'all, not not the excuse me, not the existence of Yahuah. Yahuah is gonna exist no matter what. So, like, have that in mind. Have these things in mind when have these things in mind. Yeah, I might be a down to earth individual. No, I ain't perfect. And no, I'm not placing myself above none of y'all. I'm a part, like, I have to repent every day, and I have to do the same. I have to be renewed every day. I have to practice using the Ruach every day. The Ruach, not like the Ruach Hakodesh, my fault. Ruach Hakodesh. I gotta get that correct. Because there's all kinds of Ruach out here, y'all. But you have to be discerning about the Ruach you are using. Are you present with Yahuah? Are you present with the Most High? Are you his servant? Are you using your vessel to exalt Yahuah or his righteousness or his harmony with those that with those that you want to be around? Remember, the elect is being strung along a cord right now, even as we speak. But like that happened at that time, but at that time it's still at this time. Because he was in a space of timelessness. There was a space of timelessness. Or presence, infinite presence. Like if you just imagine infinite presence, so present, so concentrated. So like once you see it, once you understand it from perspective of the Most High. Remember, there's no future and there's no past. When he said remote, it still was present. Like in a remote time. With a remote time, it does mean far off. Remote time means far off, but it's remote. What do we do with a remote? What do you do with a remote? You cut the TV on, right? It's called a remote control. Remote time. That means that time was still present at that time, which is this time, which is all time, all in one. I don't even know if I can explain it as correctly as I'm explaining. Like I'm explaining it as correctly as I can. Maybe you can add to this conversation. Hopefully somebody's able to add to the conversation. But yes, if you made it this far to the end of the video, I love you. And all is well, man. I hope y'all watched my last video. Go watch it if you didn't watch it. It's about relationships. It's a good video. I promise you. If you take out time to listen to it, learn how to be bored, because I've learned how to be bored with the Most High. I've learned that being bored causes us to be creative in his space. He gives us ideas the more we are ready for him. But the less we're ready for him, guess what he gonna do? He's not ready to be like the Most High don't. I promise you, the Most High don't. He's not out here. Like he's giving us. He's giving us space to correct our behavior. He has given us space to correct our behavior, even though everybody's still falling short here and there. That's why I say, man, like, if you find you a wife or a woman, if you find you a husband, stick with that person. stick with that person, please. Do not find yourself trying to be out in these streets, trying to indulge in pleasure. Because when I read this book of Enoch, it's a very real, hell is a very real thing, okay? Because I ain't finished reading it to y'all. That was 61 to 65 that I read through. There's more. And then there's the Bible, and then there's also the Apocrypha that I'll say you can. Don't be so confident that you think you won't go. Yes, when you use the Ruach HaKodesh, you do have to breathe. Breathe in. Infuse it into your vessel. You do have to infuse the Ruach HaKodesh into your vessel. It is an active practice, yes. And no, it doesn't just work on autopilot. I mean, to some degree it does, but not really. You still have to concentrate on your breath. And then it looks like witchcraft, but it's not witchcraft. It's breathing in the Ruach and allowing it to use your vessel is different than these witchcrafts that's out here and sorceries. Okay, like, because there's not using the Most High, which is, you're using crystals, you're using things that go against the Most High. Sacrifices, blood rituals, all those type of things. Those go against the Most High. Birthdays, holidays, those are rituals. They go against Yahuah. Yes, they all go against Yahuah. So that's why I'm like, I have to be, like, me personally, I have to be so patient because I understand that not everybody's going to conform. And especially a wicked woman. If a woman is wicked, she's not going to conform. If she's out here wanting to live an exciting life, that's why I said, like, you got to catch somebody that got that mind that actually loves you or has a strong interest in you, and you get her. And then y'all elevate from there. But don't have yourself falling for somebody that don't know how to have your best interest at heart, or know how to have the best interest of the Most High at heart, or have the best interest of the family at heart. If you're not dealing with that, I promise you don't want to deal. Leave them alone, because they will wreck your life, and you ain't gonna know what to do. You're not. Shoot, man. Take it from me, man. I done dealt with somebody I done dealt with a wicked person before. Okay? They don't even know when they're being wicked sometimes. Sometimes they don't even know. But when you know and they refuse to change, you gotta give it to the Most High. And then the Most High, he do what he do, I promise you. And they won't know what hit them. It just happened. And then he'll show it to you too. And then now I opted out of trying to laugh at their at their downfall. I don't take light to that, or like, that's not something that gives me exaltation. Okay? If anything, I would have wanted that person to honestly do the right thing with how they operate. But and it'll never cause me joy to see somebody else's downfall. That's not how that works with me. Now everybody else, y'all can be out here like that. I'm not like that though. Like, yeah, I might joke around, have fun here and there. I might even, give y'all like some crazy experiences or whatever the case may be, as far as how I talk about stuff. But It don't give me pleasure to see somebody downfall. Not at all. It don't. Because I like harmony. I like to succeed. Disharmony, well, what happens in disharmony? Destruction. Destruction. I almost was destroyed by this person's disharmony. It cost me. And so like it cost me a part of my it cost me a part of my vessel. And don't get me wrong, like the Most High, of course, blessed me out of it, but look at what it costs to see. It costs a lot to see sometimes. It's I ain't gonna hold you, like it wasn't it's not fun. It's not fun to be in the hospital to have to learn all this stuff. But that was the only way he could get me to sit still and not give in to my pleasures and my own self-destruction. That was the only way he could get me to sit still. So now, yeah, that's what happened when he sits you still. Like, either you gonna sit still on your own or you gonna end up like me. And you don't want to end up like me, I promise. it, it holds no weight. Thankfully, he still allowed me to stay myself and stay loving. So that was a blessing. But I do love y'all, and if you have anything to add to the conversation, if you have any insight that you want to add, go ahead and add it into the conversation. I'm with it all. But yeah, it's all love, y'all. All love. Everything, all love.